Culito. Is there really? Oh, no way. Alright, it might be a little loud in the house. Just to give you a heads up. You know? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Alright. I'm here, you're here, everybody's here. 3 of y'all hit the like button, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining me in this live stream. Sunday, May 4th, 2025. May the 4th be with you, and may everyone have a great trading week this week. It's getting crazy out there, right? You have FOMC coming up too. I think is it this week? I gotta look that up. And see if that's what's going on this week. I gotta check the calendar. Oh my gosh. Maybe. Yeah, let me go ahead and check out the calendar for this week. Alright. Is everybody here in attendance? Let me know. Testing. Can everybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Just let me know. Okay. Mild licking. Hello, is this a location for learning? This is a location for learning through Skynet. All right, we're gonna be under control of Skynet, and we're gonna learn everything from Skynet. Because Skynet is our creator and our overlord. I'm joking. Oh, thank you, Big JR. Yo. Like and subscribe, show some love. Thank you for joining. Moistly, I haven't seen you in a while. Now your name is Mild Licking. Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me. Okay. So thank you for coming by. Alright. Let's get straight into it. Alright. Again, welcome back to the Lion's Den. Welcome back to the live stream. Thank you for being here. And we're going to, yes, you can hear me. Yes, you can. Either that or you need some supersonic man, I can't even think straight. You have it on mute? Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what you are, mute. I'm gonna give you some sign language right now through Chatgpt. Not financial advice. Anyways, yeah, so pretty much this live stream is gonna be based on finger motion, alright, ticker symbol Fngr. Based on the conversations that I've had with GPT, know that this is how do you call it? Well, as you know, everything and anything said in this stream is for educational, research, and entertainment purposes. Just strictly in our opinion and not financial advice. All right. So I did this conversation earlier today, And I found something very interesting. Now, I don't know if the data on Fintel has updated yet, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so short interest right now currently at 2,503,479 shares. Short interest ratio, I remember I went over this on my previous video about a few weeks ago, where the short interest ratio, the days to cover, there goes my bird going off, and the days to cover was spiking. It would go from almost 12 days to cover, 12 to 14, to 14 to 16 to 20, and it was raising a lot of interest from a lot of people that have been looking at that specific number. And not only that, but the cost to borrow is now spiking once again. All right, now we have the cost to borrow at a max of 37.41%. A few trading days ago, it was at 9%. So that is a big jump, in my opinion. So, and this is something that I found very interesting, Big JR. Hold on, I forgot to do something. Right now. I need to move the chat out to the side so I can see what you guys are saying. All right, so just give me a moment while I do this. All right, and just to let you know, it's not going to be a very long stream. It's going to be for a while, just so we can go over the conversation that took place. Again, just to give you a reminder also that ChatGPT can make mistakes, so always look up for the important info and always do your own research. All right, so that being said, and where is the? Oh wait, what am I doing? Okay, here it is. Let me just move this to the side. Sorry for the inconvenience. Here we go. So anything here I can be able to see. So there you go. So yeah, Big JR. This is what I was looking at. This is what I was pretty much telling you about. And it's something that is very unusual. I've never seen this in any stock, actually, to be honest. In my history of looking at stocks and looking at short shares availability, the number being at 2,000 last week, 2,000 short shares available, and now reporting as of yesterday and 18 hours ago, double digit numbers. So what we're seeing here, starting with at the 17th hour on May 2nd, where there were no short shares available. So the shorts had ran out of shares to borrow. Then all of a sudden afterwards, at the 23rd hour, you have 79 shares pop up out of nowhere. Then drops moments later to 65, then to 64, then goes up to 67, 68, then as high as 86 short shares available, and then 17 hours ago, 5 o'clock in the morning today, it dropped down to 68 short shares available. So, yeah, those are some weird ass numbers, Big JR. I can definitely agree with that. I've never seen anything like that. But I did take screenshots of this, and of course with the cost to borrow here last at the max of 37.41%. So we're gonna go and take a look at the conversation that took place. Okay, and there's gonna be a lot of noise in the background with the bird going crazy. So this sucks. I need my own. I need my bat cave. Just compress all the noise into one room. So let's see. Did I break it down here? No, I'm gonna go through here actually. I'm gonna close this.
No, where you going? Stay here. No, stop.
Let me see where I took the screenshot right here. Okay. So to talk about those numbers, right? So this is the conversation. This is what Chatgpt had to say about it. Okay, my question pretty much as to any idea as to why the short shares available is now double-digit numbers rather than the usual amount with the zeros. And then it says, yes, the sudden drop in short shares available for Fngr into double-digit territory, for example, the 68 short shares, 86 short shares, is highly unusual and very telling. And here are a few possible explanations, each with serious implications for a potential short squeeze. All right, again, this is ChatGPT's words, not mine. All right. If you want, you can take that as a grain of salt, with a grain of salt. So, at number one, near zero availability means insane borrow demand. I like how it uses words like insane here in this case. So this likely signals that almost all lendable shares have been borrowed at the prime brokerage Fintel tracks. That's ultra high demand for short sellers and extreme scarcity in the borrow market. So just 2 days ago, there were 2,000 short shares available. Now, as low as 65 to 86 shares. Describes this as like watching a fuel gauge hit empty. And with borrow fees at 25.41%, we're near blowout levels. Number two, brokers are locking down supply or recalling loans. Some prime brokers may be recalling shares either to manage risk or because retail or institutional holders have pulled them from margin accounts. So if they were over leveraged in their margin accounts and it's all like, going to and they're losing control, they're going to be panicking, in my opinion. So if enough shares get recalled, shorts are forced to close, and this can trigger covering and upside pressure. And number three, something that we've heard for many years, it's probably been happening for centuries, in my opinion, naked shorting or synthetic positions at play. Hence, for example, what happened to AMC, what happened to GME, what happened to Bed Bath & Beyond, what happened to any other stocks that you can remember have been victim of this foul malpractice, whatever you want to call it. So now it's kind of like backfiring because this is happening. And so now when the borrowable share count gets this low, as you saw here on Fintel, I also am going to look at chartexchange.com to see if these numbers are exactly the same. So you know what? Let's do that right now. Go to Chart Exchange and check out the borrow fees. So yes, they are showing exactly the same thing right here. So with that 79, 65, 64, 67, 68, 86, 68 here as of 12:46 a.m. midnight today at 37.41% cost to borrow fees. It's going up. So there is, okay, that's okay, that's the case. It says that's the case. They're both saying the same thing. So again, when the borrowable share count gets this low, some shady players who knows who that could be may still try to short via OTC derivatives or synthetic short positions, but this adds pressure on market makers and prime brokers. So, in theory, if FINRA or the SEC steps in or a major broker halts lending, this can implode on them very quickly. Very quickly, in my opinion. So, um, I'm actually wondering about that too, about how these quote unquote shady players could still try to short via OTC derivatives or synthetic short positions. I already know that. But OTC derivatives, that's very interesting. Oh, they are? Gotcha. Please like and subscribe, everyone. CIA. So, in summary, Fngr's borrowable shares have dropped from 2,000 to just 68 in 2 days. It claims that it's not a glitch. GPT says that it's a warning signal. So when supply dries up and borrow fees spike above 25%, it's often the calm before a violent move, and shorts are getting cornered. All right. So now the screenshot that I sent to ChatGPT with the cost to borrow, pretty much it's a surge. All right. So from 25.41% to 37.41%, which is over a 12% single day spike. The highest rate in the last 10 plus sessions. And this is not normal and usually signals a squeeze setup brewing. All right. The fee trend summary. All right. So you had on the 29th of April at 11.3%. April 30th, 9.99%. May 1st at 25.41%, which was a massive jump. And now May 2nd, you're showing 37.41% cost to borrow fee with a flame emoji. So it means that things are getting a lot hotter and intense, in my opinion. So what does this mean? Shorts are paying through the nose to hold their positions. And that means that they're either trapped or betting on something imminent. Either way, the risk is now shifted heavily. Number 2, combine this with the near zero shares available, you got a powder keg setup. So this is a classic of a stock approaching maximum short pain. Salty nuts. Matt K says, what up? I just realized it was you. What up, Matt? How's everything? How are you doing, bro? So, Fngr is entering extreme territory. The borrow fee spiking to 37.41%, the highest this month. Meanwhile, short shares available have nearly vanished, and where shorts are forced to pay 30 to 40% annually, and there's no supply left to borrow, that is your signal, and they're cornered. So if volume spikes, this could trigger a short squeeze that makes headlines. And as we look into the chart, for Fngr, let's take a look at it on the daily, all right? And as you can see on the daily chart, as it made a comeback from the 52-week low of $1.03 and had been consolidating throughout the whole time, all the way until we started seeing some unusual volume activity from March 4th of 2025, from $1.12 to as high as $1.83, then coming back down to $1.24, where on April 17th of this year, we started seeing some interesting volume and a nice trend here setting up where you see the 7-day period and the 20-day period moving averages bounce off the 50-day period moving average, and you can see the 50 is slowly climbing up ever so nicely. In my opinion, I feel like that is a nice trend. And pretty much the trend itself looks like it is indeed moving pretty well to the upside. Um, I am Mark Lynch. Thank you. Thank you for coming through and for listening to this or watching this analysis with us. Thank you, Big JR, for bringing Mark Lynch over. Good evening to everybody. And yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure meeting you. Or if we have met on William's channel, then it's good to see you again. All right. Mike is muted, moron. That's funny. Kenneth, what's up? No, I'm pretty sure everybody can hear me. The light is green. Nice try, moron. Anyways, so it's either that or you're still in the beginning of the stream, so you probably might have to press live in order to be in order for you to actually hear me talk in live action in real time. But anyways, thank you for being here, Whitey. Thank you for being here, Joe. How's everything? As we're looking at the daily right now. As a matter of fact, let's look at the weekly. The weekly in volume. Unfortunately, we can hear you. Yeah, I know. My voice is very sexy. It's haunting your nightmares at night. Matt K. You know you miss it. You know you love it. Anyways, so again, the week of the 14th of April, seeing a volume of 697,000. Then the week of April 21st, 2.38 million shares traded. And then the week of April 28th, seen a bigger surge of volume with 6.62 million shares traded. You could definitely see that there is something brewing with the stock. There's something imminent, and therefore we can see that the 7 and the 20 period day period moving averages, it's very close to breaking right above the 50-day moving average. So I'm saying, all I'm saying is that the way this thing is trending, it's things are getting very spicy and intense. Oh, Country Computers from Ace. Shout out to Ace. Shout out to Ace and everybody over there too as well. It's been a while since I've actually seen Ace on his channel. Hopefully everything is going well with him. Shout out to him. Much love to him and everybody on his channel. And shout out to you too, Country Computers. Again, everybody else here, thank you for showing the love. And for Whitey, Whitey, even though he called me a moron, that's his love language. I appreciate you too. But yeah, I mean, overall, like if we're taking a look even on the monthly, you can't tell me that this is not a big of a deal. I mean, literally, like we found an official bottom since December and consolidating through that time leading to now. You know, like give or take, for example, what happened the other times, like back in 2020 to 2021, here back in June through October of 2022, and when we remembered that huge run up that led all the way up to $9.80. Then here another similar situation here taking place from February, the month of February 2023, all the way to July of 2023. From that bottom and having a huge run up here that took another couple of months until it reached from a low of $1.01 to as high as $7.97, and then the whole cycle repeats itself again, and now we find ourselves with another bottom here from Fngr, and in hopes that the same situation happens with these past cycles, if you want to call it that. And it's really, like, I take a look at this and it's like, dude, I mean, this is serious. You know what I'm saying? So if you go ahead and, pretty much trace all this, you found yourself with a big, I mean, like, to me, we were pretty much at that breaking point. What's that? should 6 seconds long? Go search YouTube for why is it spicy original? I can definitely do that. Just for fun, we can do that. Here. Why is it spicy? By the way, you spelled spicy wrong. Why is it spicy original? Why is it spicy? Exploring the mystery of spiciness? What? Oh wait, it's a video? In due time, why is it spicy started being used in many contexts on TikTok. Generally, it's often used to express surprise or disbelief when encountering something unexpected or unpleasant. For instance, it is used when trying out some new food which may be much spicier than one would expect. Man, okay. That isn't it? Well, regardless of that, I mean, this monthly chart looks just as spicy as all the other time frames, to be honest. So, but anyways, so we're gonna continue with the analysis here on Chatgpt. All right, so you already know that we got a powder keg setup, approaching maximum short pain, short shares available running out, the cost to borrow fees spiking up almost 40%. All right, so meanwhile, shorts are being forced to pay that amount annually, and there's no supply left to borrow, so they're being cornered. If the volume spikes, okay, so if the volume spikes, in theory, just like it's been going for the past couple of weeks, we have a critical price target, not financial advice, of $3. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now why that could be the case, and it has something to do with the options chain. All right, so if you've been taking a look at the options chain, especially the statistics, you've seen that the volume for Friday had reached 9.63 thousand. All right, and the volume puts to calls ratio, you'd be surprised, but there was only 64 puts. I've never, I mean, I think it's a big spike for me. And seeing that the open interest for these calls for May 16, which is, in fact, in my opinion, a little risky, all right, because we're not sure of what the stock is capable of this week. But in theory, if we do see Fngr break out and break over $3, that is something to keep a close eye on. Especially the volume for these call contracts, especially the $4 strike. You're seeing an open interest of over 15,700. But all the other all the other option chains are expiration dates. Let me see. Even the January $5 strikes here, seeing a high open interest. For some reason, the $15 strike calls with a 7,873 open interest and 858 volume. But as you know, a lot of people are going to be more highly concentrated on the May 16th and the June 20th. And so I'm going to tell you more information about this. So since I actually made a screenshot about this and sent it to Chatgpt, this is what it said. So DJT just dipped at 8 p.m. Let's see. Let's take a look at that real quick. As Matt K just mentioned that. Thank you for giving us a heads up on that. Okay, so DJT dipped just almost 2% below. And it did close at 25.47. Yeah, so now it's back under 25 at 24.97 a share. It hit a low 24.90, so maybe that is a reaction to something that's been happening. You know, maybe it's that picture that was AI generated, that was posted, and for everyone to see globally, of DJT as the Pope. I know you guys have seen that. It could be anything, you know, who knows. But also, just to give you a heads up, the SPY futures is actually down. Look at that. So SPY actually took a gap down from a close of 566.76, now down to 564.18. So this could be pretty much market influenced as to why DJT dropped. All right, so you know that's the best guess that I have. It's all market sentiment. So I'm pretty sure if the SPY and the rest of the market continues to do that, then all the other stocks will do the same thing as well. So, but anyways, yeah, that poop. Meow. So anyways, the breakdown for the options chain, bullish signals. So call volume dominance. You had calls that were that had 9.57 thousand contracts bought on Friday, and only 64 of those were puts. So that's a 149 to 1 call to put a volume ratio, which is extremely one-sided and very unusual, as Chatgpt is saying here. So this indicates that traders are aggressively betting on upside, not hedging, which could drive market makers to buy shares to delta hedge, igniting a gamma squeeze. So just to get more information of what delta hedging is, all right, as we're all doing our research together. Delta hedging is a risk management strategy in options trading that aims to reduce or neutralize the impact of price movements in the underlying asset. So by adjusting positions in the underlying asset to match the delta of an option, traders can create a more stable portfolio that is less sensitive to small market fluctuations. So essentially, it involves offsetting the directional risk of an option position by taking an opposite position in the underlying asset. All right. So yeah. So that would be igniting a gamma squeeze. Brown smoke soon. Brown smoke from the poop. What was it? Poop Barlow. Oh my god. Yo, Poop Barlow. I just reminded of that. So, this doesn't make sense because it says here Strikes loaded with calls. Highest call volume centered around the $2.50, $3 strikes. So we gotta take a look at that real quick. We gotta go back to the options chain here for Fngr. All right. So the May 16 options chain, June 20th, August 15th, November 21st, January 16th. Okay, so this probably makes sense, but I don't see a $2.75. That makes no. Yes. No. No. Okay. Maybe it's this. Is it this? 796. Maybe it's for the January 16th. Again, as it says here in the bottom, ChatGPT can make mistakes. All right. But the highest call volume centered is around the $4 strike May 16 calls at 1,448 in volume. The highest for the June 20th is the $5 strike with 586 in volume. August 15th is the $5 strike with 325 volume. November 21st, it's barely anything in there, so I don't think there's no point in getting those. January 16th, the highest in volume is the $15 strike with 858 in volume. 34 of those is under the $5 strike calls. So I can see that there's a lot more concentrated on the $5 calls, $4 calls, and the $3 calls. But more so, the most is for the May 16th and June 20th. Now, if it were me, theoretically, in my opinion, if it were me like getting into options for Fngr, just know that I would play a lot more conservative and not risky, not going aggressive, because again, we don't know what could happen the next few weeks leading to the expiration date on May 16. So I mean, the best bet and the smartest move, I would say, if it was me doing this, it would be like getting to the further expiration dates, like the June 20th, and to be more in the money, close to the in the money, like the $3 or the $4 calls, which obviously has the most open interest, over 3,000, and even the August 15th. And if you want to play a lot more safe, I mean, of course, like, you'd want to do leaps, in my opinion. But of course, staying within that range that you won't be so deep out of the money, because again, nobody knows if this will actually result in such a huge move. You know what I'm saying? So again, not financial advice, but do your own research. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Yeah, talking about Iberia beef ramen. Whoa, what is this? Don't know, the one mild licking is DFVA ticker or a person. That's a person. Different name for kitty. Damn, I could have told you that, Matt. But anyways, yeah, so the stack call open interest. So it acts like a ladder. So as price moves up, market makers must hedge more, buying shares and causing a feedback loop. All right. So IV and HV support a high momentum setup. So implied volatility shown at 171.27%. Anticipated a big move. Historical volatility at 138.63%. Recent realized moves have been huge. And combined with it, the call heavy action, this signals high confidence in near-term movement. So number 4, volume distribution, which is what we see here under options statistics. Right here is this little pie chart that shows you the calls total volume and the puts total volume. So 54.02% of call volume is happening between the bid and the ask. So that's a sign of aggressive buyers hitting the spread. And only 0.64% of total option volume is puts, which is extremely rare, as Chatgpt puts it. So in conclusion, this is a bullish pressure cooker. So we already have explosive borrow rate plus limited short supply, a fully lopsided options chain favoring the upside, as you can see with all the volume into call options and not puts. Historical volatility confirming rapid real-world price swings, which, as you can see, that is one heck of a swing that Fngr has been showing. And delta plus gamma squeeze potential increasing rapidly. All right. The gamma exposure chart, as we see here. Now, this is what I was going to talk to you about, because I've mentioned about the $3 level, which is really critical, and it seems that it's a level that needs to be broken in order to see a lot more of that upside potential, and for more pressure to be put on the shorts to have them cover and see even more massive upside swings and all you can think of, all you can imagine, you know, in a squeeze setup, in my opinion. Big JR History Channel just did a food that built America on history of ramen. Who are all the smart people with Greek words? Yeah, delta, gamma, theta, vega, rho. Delta, beta, gamma, alpha, beta, gamma. Yeah, all of that stuff. I have no idea. Like, I wonder who these people are. I like to look at the origin of how this was even possible and how they came up with such a, you know, such an equation by using Greeks. I mean, I'm not even a Greek myself. I'm here just thinking, how was this even created? They actually have Greek people here, like, creating the system? I don't know. Lion, is there a way to go back and see what happened with options during summer of 2023 run and fall of 2022 run? We could try. I've never done it before, but maybe there's a way to look at historical options volume and stuff like that. You know what? I'll get to that in a few. I'm just gonna like go over the rest of the conversation. We're almost done with it, so I just want to be able to let you guys know that max positive gamma is at the $3 strike. So market makers likely need to hedge most aggressively if the price nears or breaches this level. So $3 a share is a critical price for Fngr to hit. It needs to break that level. and the heavy negative gamma at 250 to 275. As price rise, so that as the price rises into this range, it creates a feedback loop. Dealers buy shares to hedge, pushing the price further up. So what does this mean? That the $2.50, the $3 range, which is here. All right, so pretty much this is your area right here. Hold on. I need to make this a little more yellowy. So this is supposedly what Chatgpt says is a gamma ramp zone. This is the gamma ramp zone right here, from 250 to 3, and we are already seeing Fngr break half of that and almost on its way to potentially retesting that $3 level and breaking right through. So that is what we need to see Fngr do. And if the price stays above 275 and the volume remains strong like it has been showing for these past few weeks, then and only then will it forced the dealers to keep buying shares, potentially triggering a gamma squeeze. It's possible, but of course a lot more volume and a lot more investors are going to take note, because if more and more start hearing Fngr this, Fngr that, Fngr deep inside, then they're going to want to be enticed and attracted into wanting to get in their fingers in there, and creating a lot more pressure for them to start to close their positions and all that stuff. So yeah, so if Fngr can break over 3, then you have the next level that would be, in my opinion, 340. So then 340 would be the next resistance, and then afterwards it needs to then hold around the ranges between 340 and 380, where in fact 4 could be the next level after 3. If you take a look at it from the historical charts, you can see here that the last time it approached near $4 was here on April 29th of last year at 396 before getting shorted back down back in April 8th of 2024, and pretty much around November, the end of November, or the last week of November into December of 2023, where it acted as support and resistance, where but it might not be consistent. We might have some short attacks. It's gonna happen eventually. So if things were to get, if Fngr were to get knocked back down, the pressure is still on, and I wouldn't consider that to be a bad sign, because again, if more and more volume starts to if more volume starts to increase like it has been doing, then that all can change, and they would desperately try so hard to bring this back down to maybe 2, but from the way that this setup is right now and the way the technicals look, I don't think they would have, in my opinion, okay, I could be wrong, but they might not even stand a chance of trying to bring this back down below $2. Not financial advice. Zelly with Fngr and the rocket and the moon. Hello, Zelly. Welcome back. Buenos dias. So yeah, resistance levels. Yeah, we'll definitely, again, retest 3, break 3 since it did before back on Thursday at 306. Break that beyond 310, get to 340, and then from there, more upside. But there will be moments of consolidation, or there will be some attacks, right? Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if it happens, right? But if it does get attacked, let's say theoretically, the lowest that it could go back down is either 220 to 250, around that range. And if they're really salty about it and that froggy, they could bring this back down to 175 and then hold from there and then go for another swing up. Good evening, good evening. How you doing? It's good to see you, as always. Thank you for being here, Zelly. So let's see. Let's look at, as a matter of fact, now that it's 8 o'clock, we're going to refresh this page, all right? So remember, this says here that the max was at 37.41% short borrow fees and with 68 short shares available. So I'm going to refresh the page for the record. So let's see what we have now. Let's give it a second. Okay, so that didn't update yet. So it still shows 68 short shares available. And yeah, so now it's official. It's official that tomorrow, from start, minimum to max, the cost to borrow, the short borrow fee rate, will be at 37.41%. So we got a spike, and if it continues to go up, which would make it more expensive for these numbnuts to try to borrow, even though the short shares available is literally basically almost non-existent. Yeah, they're gonna have a big problem, and that's gonna force some shorts to close their positions, and it'll probably make it a lot easier for Fngr to break 3 easy. So that being said, that is your analysis for Fngr. All right. Again, do your own research. Just know that this is only for educational research and entertainment purposes. All right, NFA. And I wish you the best. I wish you the best in Fngr, for real. And if I could consider this to be the next GME 2.0, I've been hearing that a lot, and I would like to think that it's actually possible. I actually, as a matter of fact, have done that analysis with Chatgpt before. I want to say, let me see something right here. I want to say it's possible. Yeah, I did. I actually did. Here it is. I had done this analysis here, this conversation with ChatGPT. This was back in When was this? Last update on. Oh, this was April 17th when the run up started. Fngr was up $1.49, up 17.32%, and the days to cover went up to 26.98 that day. So then ChatGPT was pretty much saying that it was a huge number for the days to cover, and that it was a serious squeeze setup brewing. But so pretty much the comparison, right? The comparison here, the updated hypothetical gamma squeeze setup. The short interest, of course, needs to be monitored for any significant increases. Heavy out of the money option, call option buying. So if I were to, you know what? I got an idea now. I got an idea right now. Let's see. Fngr stock price closed at 272. What does this mean now in terms? All right, let's see. Hopefully it continues from here. Okay, so okay, great. I'll read this part, and then we can go on to, going over other tickers if you guys want, and seeing what it's doing. Like, for example, G-Bucks, because I know there's some people from Williams channel, who are into G-Bucks, and Nixie. I hear Nixie too. That could have a potential run up. I haven't really dug deep into Nixie. No pun intended. And G-Bucks I have shown on my stream a couple of times, and I have noted and shown that there was some moves to the downside, and that there was a double top shown for G-Bucks, which would had resulted in some downside selling pressure and going to $2 a share. Okay, so I just pretty much continued the conversation from this analysis, from this conversation. Fngr stock price closing at 272. So what does this mean now? ChatGPT saying here that a Fngr close at 272 is massive in its words. So here's what it likely means in the context of the current short interest and technical setup. So the days to cover, you see what I'm saying? ChatGPT can make mistakes because you're continuing the conversation from where it was, and apparently the days to cover was at that number at that time of the conversation. So I just noticed that. So I could do this, right? You can correct it with let's see, what was it? 3.60. So 3.49. Okay, 3.49 DTC. So what does this mean now? So now you correct ChatGPT in telling it, telling what happens here. So a drop in DTC means shorts covering. A sharp decline in days to cover means that the shorts have closed a large portion of their positions, supposedly. Volume surged, so reducing the time needed to cover remaining shorts, and this likely triggered a short covering rally, hence the jump to 272. Price surge, momentum play now. It's a momentum play. Not financial advice. It's a momentum play. Okay? So the rally to 272 means that momentum traders and algos likely jumped in. They saw what was happening with Fngr. They wanted some skin in the game. They wanted some skin in the game, you know what I'm saying? I think if you went away for a late night short ham call. Oh, he has a call right now? Is William streaming it right now? Darn. So this may now be moving from a short squeeze phase to a breakout or hype driven move. But anyways, yeah, so you have to so it also says here, right? Off exchange short volume. If dark pool shorting increases again, a fresh squeeze setup may return. Look for consolidation or parabolic extension. A new rise in short interest or DTC would reset the squeeze narrative. And at the key levels, it tells us to watch the $3 level, which is a psych level, and the $2.50 level would be the support if pullback happens. So again, $2.50 level would be support if it pulls back. $3 the $3 level is a psych level that needs to be broken for more pressure, more momentum, more upside, and all of that sweet stuff, all the ingredients that you need for this to move up to the upside rapidly. So anyways, that's the conversation here. I'm updating this again. Nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed is the cost to borrow at 37.41%. So that's done with. If we take a look at the, actually, you know what? We'll take a look at the max pain. We'll take a look at the max pain here. Now I'm not sure this is really as reliable, but the max pain for Fngr motion, which is completely broken over that. So you're talking about the May 16 expiration dates with 4,602 of those in the money, with 33,528 out of the money, and barely any puts with 161 of those in the money, 232 out of the money. Max pain at $2. June 20th showing a max pain of $2. August 15th as well with $2. November 21st with a max pain of $1. And January 16th with a max pain of $1.50. Chris with a K, what up? Good to see you, bro. Good evening to you, man. How was your weekend? How was the rest of your week? Just doing a little late night. Well, it's not a little late night, but it's an evening stream. So I just wanted to cover the conversation that I had about Fngr with Chatgpt and showing the potential for more upside movements. Seeing how the options chain is reacting to. With a lot of volume that came in on Friday, almost 10,000 volume, and mostly pretty much 99% of them being in calls than puts. And yeah, the gamma pressure is on. So we're gonna be looking at Fngr this week and seeing what the next move is gonna be. Big JR, breaking news. Big JR. HIMS is now up almost 5% in the overnight hours. Take a look at this move. As soon as overnight trading opened, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, HIMS and Hers Health Inc., ticker symbol HIMS, from $40.80. Now up almost 4%. There is a little pullback, but it reached as high as $43.33. And if you haven't noticed, HIMS has been moving up a lot for the past couple of trading days. Before that, on May 1st, it was at a low of 32.01 after market day opened on that day, and the low before that, the day before, was 31.76. Came back from 42.72 back in April 29th, so this is a big comeback here, a big swing. It's literally where it was on that days. But yeah, this thing is breaking out. This thing is trying to move. That's a lot of oof. Yeah, the calls total volume is high. Well, was high for Friday at 169.21 thousand, and 96.35 thousand of the total volume was in puts. So yeah, calls heavy. I'm pretty sure. Oh, thank you. And I'm pretty sure that this will build some type of sentiment for HIMS. Is there any news? Let's see. Okay. Looks like it was one of the big gainers. Thank you, Zelby. What else? Just got off. Oh man, thank you for catching the live. Thank you for being here and showing some love like always. But yeah, Big JR, HIMS is climbing. Just a little bit. All right, there is again. There might be a pullback. Last time I checked, we did see that the SPY futures have gapped down. So SPY is gapped down from 566 to 564 right now. So this could be the reason why everything is pulled back. For some reason, DJT from 24.90 now spiked back up to 25.20. So as if it never dropped in the first place. Archer Aviation here, trying to bounce back. 939, just 10 cents higher than the closing price on Friday. I still think that Archer could have a potential of breaking over $10 soon. As you can see here, what a trajectory it's had during the past month, from 522 all the way to as high as 961 in a month. Look at that. And it could retest $10. It's not that far from there. It's not that far away. So that's pretty cool to see. We take it, since Chris is here, I wanted to see how. Oh wow, G-Bucks. Oh, so look, this was the double top that I was talking about. So G-Bucks here had a double top. You can pretty much see it clearly on the 4-hour. Right here. Double top was usually a bearish pattern. And you can see the continuation to the downside. Holy crap, man. Next door. And there is a chance, since now you see that the trend has turned red. The MACD has turned red on the 4-hour. And on the RSI cloud, or which one is this again? Oh, the RSI strength and consolidation zones by Zimmerman. So shout out to him for these indicators. So yeah, that is pretty much saying that G-Bucks could face and retest that support level at $2, since we can see that in the past it had um, traded around. It had treated the $2 level as support resistance, support resistance. Here, could it do it again, or will it actually just officially break down below $2 and not come back from there? And making the dollar the next level of support. So just keep in mind of that. 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 All right. So G-Bucks, not so good. I'm pretty sure there's people getting out of there and getting into Fngr. Just guessing here. So I just wanted to show you that, and then Plug. I wanted to show you what's been happening with Plug since Chris is here, dude. Apparently the company is sorting out its balance sheet. Plug Power shares 6 days ago rise on new loan agreement. They had secured a new credit facility, and they're seeing the second quarter revenue in line with estimates. So they're still optimistic, but the stock itself is kind of it's kind of scary looking if you think about it, because it's been bearish on the daily chart, and it looks like it's having a hard time trying to break out from this 90-cent level and trying to get back over $1 to $1.10, $1.20. And if that happens, then there's a risk for the stock to result in a reverse stock split. Hopefully that is not the case. Also, you have Plug earnings in 4 days. I'm not sure if that's for the evening or if that's for the morning. I could look on the Twitter page for earnings whispers, and then see if that is the case. Big JR says, can you look at GNLN? Lots going on and insane volume. They did offering and diluted, but it's been on reg show for a list of days. Okay, I got you on that one in a few. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, if we take a look at the volume, the highest volume that we had seen Plug last week on Monday, when it had the news release of the line of credit, the new loan agreement and the new credit facility. They had gone up from 80 cents to as high as $1.19, and that day when it went to $1.19, Plug had a volume of 221.99 million shares traded, and then the next day it had 218 million to the downside, and so forth. Here, with the volume dropping from 200 to 119, 110, 102.53 million the last day traded with that volume. So hopefully with 80 cents being a level of support and for a bounce to occur, but we would have to see what happens there, in my opinion. So plus let's see what's been happening with Short interest here. Hmm. Huh? Why? Apparently, here the last update 17 minutes ago. As of 2 days ago, Plug reported no short shares available with an 11.16% cost to borrow rate. Hmm. Short interest percentage of the float at 31.89%. 65.41% off exchange short volume ratio, including the dark pool volume. It's a lot of percentage. But why is there no more short shares available? That's interesting. Hmm. And then they have options, not options. I mean, they have earnings on in 4 days. So that's Thursday, May 8th. Can you load the? Can you load? It's not loading the. What? Oh boy. Okay. It's not letting me load up the picture. Why? Okay, there it goes. Where's plug? Plug. Where's plug? Oh wait, Lucid earnings? Where? Oh shoot! Whoa. Okay. So I think. Oh wow. We're gonna have some interesting names for earnings this week. Dark pool volume has been high. Most volume going to dark pools all week. Yeah. Yeah, they've been abusing plug. They've been wilding the plug. It's crazy how they've been just doing plug like that. Look at this. So Tuesday after market close. Okay, look. Okay, so you got Hims and Hers reporting earnings after close on Monday tomorrow. Palantir, Ford, Realty Income, right? So Hims and Hers. Um, After market close on Tuesday, you have Super Micro, AMD, Rivian, Upstart, and Lucid. So Rivian and Lucid together after market close on Tuesday, reporting earnings. Wow. Okay. Oxy, DoorDash, Arm, Carvana, AppLovin, on Wednesday, Uber, Walt Disney. Yeah, so I don't know if it's gonna be for the morning or if it's gonna be for. Let's see. I can find out, but I have a feeling it. So it's pre-market. Okay. No, I just saw your comment now. Thank you, Chris. So plug earnings pre-market on Thursday. Got it. Okay. Got it. Does plug trade on the 24-hour markets? Let me see. I could have sworn it did. Oh, it does. Oh, it actually does trade in the 24-hour markets. Plug Power. It's still. It closed at 8431. It's up 0.33%, so 0.8459. But no, there's no movement at all. It's already been 55 minutes since the overnight opening. The only thing that's moving, honestly, is stocks like hims and hers. So they're seeing volume coming in right now. GME here down 0.36%. Mara's down. Okay. What is up right now? Pony. Wolf Speed. Okay. Alright. GLNL, was it? GNLN. GNLN. Green Lane Holdings. Wait a minute. Have we actually went over this? Oh. Wait. This thing is a penny. This is literally a penny stock. It's worth 1 cent. Why? Hold on. GNLN. Oh, we did go over this. Oh! Wait, hold on. Really? Yo, Big JR. You still here? What? No way. Bro, we have been discussing GNLN since August 15. Well, that was actually the first time that we went over GNLN. Healthy pullback, in my opinion, slowly rebounding and possible melt up. Oh, let me look at this. This is crazy. Oh my God, are you serious? Bro, this was like 10. No way. Hold on. Bro, this was at $14.71 as of August. Yo, wait a minute. That's crazy. No way. Let me see it. What was it? Healthy pullback, in my opinion, slowly rebounding and possible melt up. But then it showed that there was so it did climb up to like $21. Looks like somewhere around June. This is the hourly chart. Wait, let me match this up. Yo, cause this is crazy. That is insane. Hold on, I need to see this. What did it go through, dude? Dude, this thing just got demolished. Oh, wait. Oh, what? And it had a reverse stock split? No, wait, hold on. Yeah, it makes sense now. Let's see. Yeah, here was the run up here to 2160. And then here, if you match the screenshot, so that looks like 1, 2, so somewhere around here. It pretty much, that's what it did. It pretty much went down. Because here underneath it said if bearish, then $10 to $12 range as area of support. So 10 to 12, somewhere around here. I wow. So 10 to 12. Well, it did go the bearish route. So it did reach 10 to 12, and then it reached to below 10, and 9, and 8, and 5, and then back to 8, and then 5, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2. Christ. Oh my god, this thing got the mileage, bro. Oh my god. That's insane, dude. And you have an hourly candle that looks red too, super red. It's got a bearish signal in the MACD, so I think they're gonna do they're probably gonna do one of those like 1 to 200 reverse stock splits as or something like that as an emergency. Unless people were like, oh my god, it's literally a penny stock. We're gonna run it up to like 5 cents and then get out. Can you imagine that, dude? Yeah, of course I'm still going, Matt. Where have you been? You're missing out. Let's look at the weekly. I mean the weekly itself. Oh god. Yeah. It's like Mullen, you know? Look at that. You had one here for August 10th of 2022, 120. One for 10 here, June 2023. This was once upon a time it was a $63,800 stock when it IPO'd post split. Lord, okay, I don't know about that, man. Okay, look, April 4th, they had received a non-compliance notice, and that was it. All right, so anything from that day, April 2nd, and then when is it? I think it's 180 days after. So most definitely reverse stock split, or it gets delisted to the OTC, GNLNQ, or whatever fifth letter, or they'll probably keep it the same way because it's 4 letters. That's crazy though. You have the what is it, 3 Wind Corporation? Oh, okay. Yeah, so that is a dub. That's a dub. It's taking a fat L. There's no way. There is no way. That's crazy. There's no way that stock is gonna survive, man. It's crazy. Think they are stuck with the new reverse split rules? Wait, what's the rules? They only got approved for a smaller ratio split and couldn't get over $1 with it. Yeah, like what? Like, and it had a huge run after the split. And you're telling me that it couldn't even get over that? Like, that means the company is not profitable. It's not doing what it's supposed to. For it to just go down this route. And here us talking about this stock from last August from $14, $15 to a penny. Oh shoot. Wait, NASDAQ has new delist rules. Okay. NASDAQ Okay, so all right, so the new Nasdaq delisting rules approved by the SEC accelerate the delisting process for companies with shares trading below $1 and limit the use of reverse stock splits to avoid delisting. Specifically, companies will face immediate suspension and delisting if they fail to meet their minimum bid price requirement for more than 360 days. Um, Additionally, companies that perform a reverse stock split within the prior year and then fall below the minimum bid price will receive an immediate delisting determination with no compliance period. Oh shoot! So that means they're done, and they've already been through one stock split before, and now they and and now going through a second one. And after the new rules have been implemented, I don't know if this counts for that, or unless it does a reverse split now after the new rules were in place, because the last reverse stock split had taken place in August. Okay, so they're appealing. All right. So if they appeal and then they get another reverse stock split from there, then they have to really go on the grind to making sure that it doesn't get shorted once again, because this is just, dude. I'm in shock. I'm in shock that I forgot the fact that we actually went over the stock when it was barely at $15. What else? Let's see. GNLN. And then apparently I went over it again. I went over the stock again back in October 22 of last year. And that was it. That was the last time I went over that ticker. Yikes. GoDaddy. Yin Yang. I went over Plug, Maxine, or Maxine. AMLI. Went over AMLI, American Lithium, Laser, Lunar, Rocket Labs, Lucid, Humasite. Oh, Humasite is another one that I've talked about a couple of times here. Huma. Remember that? Last time I talked about Humasite was back on April 25th. Oversold, but Huma continues to sell off, or will there be a catalyst soon? Let me see how Huma's doing. How humorous. Huma. Wow. Oh, damn. Okay. It went down Friday, negative 7.9%. That's on the hourly. Look at the daily chart. Could be another one. Doesn't look too great now. I thought maybe, just maybe, that there would be some type of breakout here, but, and then on top of that, there's a gap, a big gap to fill, and that's usually above $2 to $2.80, but it's going the opposite direction. So yeah, big JR. So either a pop, or Oh, this thing has been barcoding actually. I mean, has there Oh no, it has traded below. Oh shoot. It's right there. On Friday, it traded just below a penny. Like literally. Just one fraction. So yeah, either it could pop. And by the way, the market cap is only 85,000 bucks. And the float is 8.34 million. How's the float still high? No, that makes no sense. Does that make sense? Hold on, GLN. Let me see something. No options. What's the float? Oh, the free float. Man, you see? How you got the shares float at 8.34 million? They need to step up their game. On Webull, it shows that their market cap is at 85.4 thousand. And the free float is at 6.83 million shares with 8.34. Oh, okay, 8.34 million shares outstanding. Okay, but the free float is 6.83. The volume. Wow. The volume for Friday was at 579.36 million. I don't know. So yeah, either pop or delist into the OTC. Humasite, on the other hand, apparently has a market cap of 203,000. Let me look at it here just in case. Because for some reason I've been looking at Humasite for a bit. Market cap 203.21, free float of 123.80 million shares, 155.12 million shares outstanding. Market cap 203.21. This thing also has options. I just realized. Calls. Calls. Puts. Calls, puts. No. June. No. How is that even possible? No. The spread is horrible. Jeez. Well, the $1.50 calls for January 16 looks decent. At least the spread is not that wide. I wouldn't even know, honestly. Well, overall, maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong, but anyways, yeah. So let me look at what else is going on here. Actually, no, I didn't even look at GNON. Puma. Apparently, Humasite's short interest ratio is at 9.37 days to cover. Looks like kind of a similar situation as Fngr in a way, but the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 73.93%. Wow, it's a lot. A lot of volume in the dark pools. Had a I had 100,000 short shares drop from 2,200,000 to 1,300,000 short shares available. I'm gonna have to take a look at Huma for a bit longer. In 2023, there were 495 reverse stock splits. Wow. Wow, Zelly just shared this information that there were 495 reverse stock splits in 2023, a substantial rise from 102 reverse stock splits in 2021. That is mind-blowing. What? That is insane. I would have never thought that that would be actually possible. But I mean, if you were to see that many amount of reverse stock splits in 1 year, I would think that that would be a sign for something. You know what? Now you got me curious. Now you got me curious. Is there a specific reason as to why this is the case? Is there a much more deeper?
También me estaba preguntando que si yo me quedé rara que me lo preguntó. Que si a mí que me gustaban y parece que se le olvidó que me regaló el de los zapatos. Que si de los otros zapatos dice, no sé si porque él me dijo que si de los zapatos, si me gustaba uno, o me dijo que si de los otros, sí, ese es, que si de los zapatos, a mí me gustaba.
God, she's so loud.
Que si de los zapatos a mí me gustaba.
Okay. I have two responses for this. How serious? The credit issues are. You know what? Let me read this response. All right, so the sharp rise in reverse stock splits from 102 in 2021 to 495 in 2023 is a major red flag for the health of a large segment of the stock market. Listen to that. Particularly small cap and speculative stocks. Here's a breakdown of what's driving this trend and its implications. Why so many reverse splits in 2023? Number 1, NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange minimum price compliance. Exchanges like NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange require a minimum bid price of $1 to remain listed. Many companies, especially small cap, biotech, and SPACs, saw their stock prices fall below this threshold during the 2022 and 2023 bear market. A reverse split is the fastest way to regain compliance without, in italicized letters, improving fundamentals. Number 2, the post-COVID bubble burst. The 2020 to 2021 bull market led to excessive speculation, IPOs, SPACs, and meme stocks. As rates rose in 2022 to 2023 and liquidity dried up, many of these stocks collapsed 70 to 90% or more, and reverse splits became a lifeline to avoid delisting. Number 3, lack of institutional support. Institutions often avoid penny stocks and distressed plays. As institutional money pulled out, retail got stuck holding these names, leading to desperate attempts to stay afloat. And number 4, fundraising needs. Companies under $1 a share have difficulty raising capital. A reverse split raises the price, not the value. allowing these firms to sell shares, often leading to dilution. So how serious is this for shorts and retail? For retail investors, reverse splits are generally bad news unless paired with a real turnaround. After a reverse split, companies often dilute further, leading to more losses for retail. For example, Mullen. Example, a stock goes from 20 cents to $2 via a 1 for 10 split, but then falls back to 80 cents due to dilution or poor performance. For shorts, a reverse split can reduce the float, making short positions trickier. However, in most cases, shorts benefit because reverse splits are often signs of weakened fundamentals. Many post-split stocks continue to trend downward, giving shorts an extended edge. High risk of short squeezes. While reverse splits alone don't cause squeezes, they can set up the conditions, which includes lower float, retail attention, and high short interest. But unless there is a catalyst, squeezes are rare post-split. The takeaway, the spike in reverse splits is a warning sign of market fragility in the small cap space. It signals liquidity issues, risk of further dilution, and lower quality equities trying to survive, which we just saw. For example, GNLN, when it had its reverse split and then shot up to 21 and change or whatever it was, and then driving back as low as a penny. Another example, Mullen, how it went through 5-6 reverse splits since 2016. I have no idea why it's still even trading on the big boards. Why? I don't know. Why isn't it not completely delisted? There's so much corruption, crime, whatever you want to call it, in terms of how that stock has traded, and it's just mind-blowing that certain people can get away with that, in my opinion, of course. Allegedly, supposedly. Trying to get sued here, but it's a travesty. And I know a lot of people can agree with that because a lot of people have been in these positions and have been stuck in these stocks that have been through reverse stock splits. And now their average for their shares, it's like $1 million. And what they can't even get out of their positions because their position is worth like a fraction of a penny. That's not even worth $1, and that's real sad. But anyways, yeah. So retail should be very cautious. These companies are often zombies. And while some could recover, most reverse splits precede deeper declines and not rallies. So it says here, would you like a list of notable reverse split stocks from 2023 and how they performed since? I'm pretty sure Mullen is going to be in that list. Show me. Where's Mullen at? Where you at? There it is, right there. Look at this. Here's some notable reverse stock splits in 2023. You had Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol SPCE, that had a 1 for 20 to meet New York Stock Exchange listing requirements. It fell over 15% post-split, lost nearly a third of its value since announcement. Syntex, or what was that? SINT, which had a 1 for 20. 1 for 200 to regain NASDAQ compliance, dropped 39% immediately and down 89% year to date. Actually, let me look at that right now. Does it even exist? Well, it still does. Where is it at now? $2.77. Look at the weekly. How does it look like here? Whoosh. Look at that. What's the highest here? What is the highest? Oh my gosh. Oh, ever since the IPO, the highest here was was at a billion, a high of $11,960,000 per share back in February 24th of 2014. Yikes. So where is it now? Let me see. Oh shoot, wait. I want to see that. Let's see how this looks like. Okay. Well, speaking of this stock, okay, well, I mean, it's kind of, well, it looks like it had a lot of green days previously since April 17th too, just like Fngr. But I'm not too sure if it's actually having the same outcome. It's funny because it's almost the same share price as Fngr, and back then this had spiked up around mid-February from 275 to as high as 736. So it got a rebound here, bounced up from a low of $1.71 to as high as $3.08. Very interesting there. But the $4, 4 hours. Huh. What else? We had Logic Mark, a 1 for 20. Let's see how that one is doing right now. LGMK. Logic Mark. Oh, it's worth a penny. Look at that. Look at that. This stock is also worth a penny, just like GNLM. Green Lane. Logic Mark. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at these drops. Wow. This was February of this year. Massive drops. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my god. Okay, so it had a split right here. Oh, November 19th, 2024. So it had another split. Another split. And it didn't even result in any spike of any kind. It just, God, that's filthy. What else we got? We got View with a 1 for 60. Ticker symbol VIEW. Oh, that's in the OTC now. Oh gosh. OTC much. Like once. Oh, Logic Mark, really? Hold on. It went down. Oh, what's up, GCA? I was like, yo, who's that? How you been, brother? Okay, I see it right here, yeah. Right here from let's see, a low of 0.0070 to as high as 0.0327. So if you were to calculate that, honestly, you're talking about a 360% run in 20 days. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for showing up at this stream. We've been here for a minute. Been here for like what, 3 hours? Um, we've been here for, I can't even tell how long. Okay. Oh, almost 2 hours. Okay. In 3 minutes it'll be 2 hours. How was your weekend? Yeah, look at that. Looks like it's being pulled back here.
I was about to send her
Or
I was gonna send
maybe
a
maybe it
message to
might
her.
be consolidating.
And
I
not
don't
even a
know.
message, lo iba a
Maybe.
poner general en un
One
post
other.
general.
That
Y iba a
can't with his
poner,
big mouth.
yo dije, no es
Oh
que se
God.
llenan tanto yo dije, dice que se llenan tanto de la presencia de Dios, pero ustedes no tienen lo que eso dice
69-minute chart.
Yo dije, ¿se creen que sabe cómo uno vive?
I did a golden cross though, but
Yo dije, ¿cómo uno vive?
could it be turning back up? I don't know.
Y cómo uno lleva
You know what? I'm gonna set some alert targets here for
Yo dije,
2 cents.
sin saber cómo
I'm
uno
curious. Here, 3 cents. But it's just it's the point that, just like Green Lane, this thing is trading at a penny. These boards, big boards, are not gonna let these stocks trade under that share price. That means both of them either have to go through a reverse stock split or they end up being delisted. You know? Up. Up is okay. So specific performance data not provided. Oh, GTI. I remember that one. GTI. Hold on a second. What's my name, bro? Oh, wow. Well, this stock looks like it's been climbing up pretty well. Ooh. This is Wheels Up Experience. It had a 1 for 10 back in 2023. Let me look at the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, this took a big bounce from 75 cents. Looks nice. Let me look at the daily real quick. Wow. Yeah, whatever the stock is, it looks pretty good too. Up. Wheels Up Experience. Where's the split at? Where is the split? It said it had a split. Oh, here it is. 2023, 1 for 10. June 8th. After that, it had a couple of run-ups in the past. To 6, to 450, to 275, and now went down as low as 73 cents. 52-week high at 459, and now this is actually moving up. Three days ago, earnings flash. Wheels Up Experiences posts first quarter revenue. Did experience a share of 14 cents, but the revenue was up. Like up. That actually reminded me of the movie. 3 days ago, Wheels Up Inc.'s agreement with Delta to extend $100 million revolving credit facility. Wait, Delta Airlines? What is this about? Huh. Wheels Up requests to dismiss class action filed by investors. Okay. 3 days ago, Wheels Up OK's $10 million open market share repurchase program. Okay. Okay, repurchase program. I'm guessing that's the reason why it's been going up since. No, it said May 1st. Shares float of 340 million shares. Market cap of $817.68 million. Let me quickly say Up and Delta Airlines. Just quickly look up at this company. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh wow. Oh, look at this. Tom Brady backed private jet company Wheels Up offers Europe routes to Delta One passengers. Really, Tom Brady? Look at that. This happened a couple of days ago. So there's a new way to travel in style thanks to a celebrity-backed private jet company, Wheels Up. Once reserved for the rich and famous, private aviation is now the transportation of choice for travelers looking for a stress-free and convenient way to fly. The Atlanta-based company, which has boasted stars like Tom Brady, Serena Williams, Alex Rodriguez, Kevin Durant, Ciara, and Russell Wilson as its backers. Oh, thank you. Thank you for blocking me. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Ah, Lord. Come on. 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 Jeez. So it's offering a seamless way to travel through Europe this summer in partnership with Delta. Okay. So partnership with Delta Airlines. What else? So, okay, these sought-after summer destinations include Nice, Naples, Athens, Barcelona, and Rome, meaning Delta One passengers can book private Wheels Up flights, connecting them closer to their luxe final destination, we're told. The exclusive partnership enhances convenience for Delta One passengers, especially those flying to or from Europe, by allowing a smooth transition from Delta's commercial flights to private jets arranged by Wheels Up. Oh, okay. You know, I never even knew about this company till now, so this is why doing your research is very important. Wheels Up this summer is branching out to Europe by offering travelers 5 new routes across the pond. Wow. Cool little jet plane there. So Delta One to London, then Wheels Up chartered to Toulon, then a helicopter to St. Tropez. Not to mention, it also saves time by skipping crowds, avoiding delays, and ensuring arrival in an unparalleled comfort and style. Indeed, more people are opting for a private charter to avoid crowded airports, to bypass long security lines, avoid delays and cancellations, and ensure arrival in an unparalleled comfort and style. Oh, okay. Oh, very, very cozy. Very comfy there, huh? This is how it looks like inside the plane of Wheels Up. The luxury private aviation company recently underwent a fleet modernization overhaul. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right. So I guess it's something. I guess it's something to kind of like put on the watch list for now. All right. All right. Now, come on. My computer is freezing up now. It's wonderful. Oh Lord. Yeah, my computer is like freezing up. It can't handle the 16 gigs of RAM on my old computer. That's sad. I can't even. This computer sucks. Oh no. Guys, I'm freezing up. I'm freezing up. No. What's going on? Oh my God. Ay. Yes, yeah, my computer is acting up now. So, uh-oh. Yeah. I think my computer is done. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but yeah. My thing is toast. Oh no. Alright, hold on. Let me see something here. Can I actually? Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Alright. Okay, finally. Okay, I think I can be able to move this now. Let's see. This is when I need a new computer. Ah. Oh, okay. 628 days ago, Wheels Up gets a bailout and cedes control to Delta Airlines, Centaurus, Certares, and Nighthead. Oh, okay, great. As long as you, as long as y'all can hear me still. So, oh, there goes the music. So, in June 2023, Wheels Up implemented a 1-for-10 reverse stock split to address its non-compliance with the New York Stock Exchange minimum bid price requirement. Despite this measure, the company's financial challenges persisted, and by August 2023, Delta Airlines, along with Certares Management and Nighthead Capital Management, provided a $500 million investment package comprising a $400 million term loan and a $100 million liquidity facility to stabilize Wheels Up operations. This investment resulted in the consortium acquiring a 95% stake in Wheels Up, with Delta's CFO, Dan Janke, assuming the role of chairman. Delta's strategic investment in Wheels Up aligns with its broader initiative to enhance premium travel offerings The airline has been focusing on luxury experiences to attract high-end travelers, with expectations that premium ticket revenue will surpass main cabin revenue by 2027. The partnership with Wheels Up allows Delta to offer seamless private jet connections for its Delta One passengers, particularly on European routes, thereby catering to the growing demand for exclusive and convenient travel options. So while Wheels Up continues to face operational challenges, Delta's involvement provides a strategic platform for potential growth and integration of private aviation services into its premium offerings. Not sponsored, just for research purposes. Alright, just to let you guys know right now. Not financial advice. You go ahead and let me just look up the the Fintel data. Oh, oh damn. Okay. So again, this could be something. This could be a ticker to have on your watch list for now. But the short interest here for Wheels Up Experience with 16,789,986 shares short. The short interest ratio is at 22.74 days to cover, and the short interest percentage of the float is at 61.40%. Oh my gosh. Lord. That's insane. It's insanity. My peeps. And 2 days ago reported that there was no more short shares available. So shorts run out of shares, and the cost to borrow is at around 14.21% last Friday. Uh-huh. And I can't even paste any more images on Chatgpt, so I am maxed out. But that is something that we're probably gonna have to keep a close eye on as well, because that is a huge amount of percentage of short interest of the float. And as I look up on Webull real quick, I'm actually curious to know if it has an options chain or not. And then after that, I think that would be it for the stream. I'm gonna call it a night from there. So let me just take a quick look at up and see what we got going on. All right. All right. So this bird is, oh my god. It definitely has a nice looking setup here on the daily, as it looks like it's pushing up a lot more. Wow. It has options. Yes, it does. Okay. Because it does have options. Right on. Let me see. Well, there's not much volume activity for the stock. As you can see, there was only 21 total volume for calls and 39 for puts. So yeah, that's definitely not a yeah, not oh Lord. No, there's not. Yeah, the volume is not. Nope. Yay. All right, but you know what? You never know if that could change within the next week or so. If people do take notice, if ticker symbol UP um, doesn't in fact continue to show more upside as it's crossing, as you're seeing bullish crossovers here with the moving averages and nearing crossing over the 50-day moving average here on this chart on Weeble. So it leads me to believe that, yeah, that could be the possibility that this could break over $1.20, and even maybe $1.40 if that's the case. Maybe some news coming soon. I'm not too sure, but you never know. So I'm gonna have up on the watch list in case if things um, do start moving. So create an alert above here, and I'm gonna create an alert above here. I might as well go over Nixie and see what's going on with this stock. As it also looks like it's been having a lot more green days than red days from what I see here, and it's on an uptrend here from the low of $1.35 back in February 26th of this year. $1.35 on the 16th of April. And it all seems like there's on April 17th, it's like there's an uptrend on these small caps for some reason. I don't know. It might be just me, but this looks good. Nixie just like up looks just about the same, whereas it looks like it wants to push more to the upside, and perhaps Nixie could retest $2. There's no options chain. There's actually no options chain for Nixie. And let me look at the. Actually, you know what? I need to take a screenshot of this real quick because I want to actually put this on the Discord. Close this, jump to the present, and post this up here. Actually, give a roar and a like for this post. Thank you, Zali. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Much love to you. Here. And let me just take a snapshot here. Here, I'm wanna take a snapshot of this real quick. There you go. All right, stickers. There you go. Go, something to look at on the Discord for those who have missed it. And I'm actually gonna add this to the watch list on my trading view. Need that. GNLN and Logic Mark. I'm gonna add those two in there. All right, and then let me go to Nixie real quick from here. It was up 6.43% on Friday. Again, you can see how much this is starting to move back up. And You can tell many green days here since the bottom. On this day, on April 16, at a low of 136, and going up ever since, and slowly closing in on that $2 level, which is acting like resistance. In my opinion, that is what it needs to do. That is the resistance to break over. If it can see that, perhaps we can see a lot more buying pressure for Nixie too, because a lot of people have been talking about Nixie for a bit. So it's between Nixie and Fngr, where it's being mostly talked about. So yeah, I really think that this is. I mean, they're both at that same. Well, I want to say that they both do have potential for seeing that upside action. In my opinion, if you look at Nixie on the Fintel data, there was only 400,000 short shares available, but the cost to borrow, like Fngr, also at above 25%. So tomorrow's cost to borrow at 26.54%. So slowly but surely, I think this will be something to watch too. So Fngr, Nixie, you got UP, GNLN. What else? What else do we have going on here? Let me go back to Nixie real quick. Okay. Right on. So yeah, I think that's what we're looking at for Nixie, in my opinion. So it has to conquer over 2, and then after that, try to break for 230 in this range right here. So boom, 2 and then 230. If it fails to break over and reject 2, it'll come back down to reach around 160. Staying within this range, but since it's actually found a bottom here once again, it needs more upside. Right. Let's see, is there anything else that we can find before actually. Hold on. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. I think we've pretty much covered everything that we needed to look into for Fngr. I could look at Twitter and but it's usually a lot more deeper than that when it comes to looking for information on Twitter. So in terms of naked shorts, the war against them, you know, pretty much, in the war with them, and just seeing everything happen in front of us in broad daylight, and knowing the fact that this is something that eventually will come to an end, and those that had taken advantage of retail and everything else, eventually it will come into light and they will have to pay the piper. And it's just a matter of time. But everything else, in my opinion, would have to align with that narrative, with with the potential for these stocks that they have taken advantage of to blow up, and with the scenarios that we've talked about for Fngr, for example, that if and when that day comes, that that this could very well be the trigger point. So in this case, I'm gonna leave it with that because it's 10 p.m. I'm gonna call the stream. All right. Now, if there's any other types of requests, any other information that you guys may have, let me know in the comment section below. And I'll have my take on it. I'll even go into GPT, have a conversation with it. And again, if you missed a portion of that stream, you can always look back and skim through. And with that being said, thank you for being a part of the stream. I really also want to thank Big JR for helping me out, and a big shout out to him, much love to him, and for the support. And for those that came through to the stream, I would like to give you guys a shout out. So Whitey, Joe Wickman, thanks for coming by. Country Computers from Ace Economics, shout out to Ace. Shout out to Moisley, shout out to Big JR, Matt K, Mild Licking. Shout out to Kenneth. Shout out to Zali. Chris with a K, shout out to you. Shout out to GCA. And shout out to those that weren't here tonight, but either way, much love to TP, Eric, Jesse, Johnny, Kenneth, Gary, Kai, and a lot more people. All right, damn, this is a big list. But you already know who you are, so again, thank you for being here. And I will be streaming the live price action now. Oh, you was listening the whole time, Eric? Look at you. Jeez. If that was the case, I would have never known. But I appreciate you being here, bro. Oh, you're shy. Aww. 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 I was literally. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot something. All right. Let's quickly look at. Are you funny? You said I'm shy. quickly. Let's take a look at gold right now. Gold is up 0.80%, back up to $3,266 an ounce. Silver back over $32.05. Platinum at 963, palladium at 954, copper futures up $4.68. Oil has dropped, by the way. Look at this. Look at this, drill baby drill. Oil has been going down since the high of 79.36 this year, January 16. And this is pretty much after the inauguration. And ever since, the price of oil has been dumping ever so low. And so now oil is down negative 3.77%. A big drop. Big drop ever since futures opened today, a few hours ago. Look at that. So $56 a barrel, man. Gas prices dropping lower and lower. Something's got to happen, I'm telling you. I don't think this is a good thing, to be honest, for other countries. Oh, you just pulled over? Got it. Oh, Kenneth was he was listening on your smart TV? That's pretty cool. That's cool. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Got the music on, you're chilling, you're listening in, going through this research and everything. Let's see, what was it? Oh, yeah. So, wait, let me also look at futures real quick. Okay, so the dollar index is actually looking to decline once again from Friday. It was over 100. Now back down to 99.70. Futures, SPY futures, we're actually selling off. Wow, SPY futures is down negative 0.83%. Oh wow, the Bulls are getting into ZJYL and your ass. And Moisley's name is now Mild Licking. So you don't like rough licking in URAS? URAZ? So yeah, so we're actually looking at the SPY dumping here. All the moving averages here looking for bearish crossovers, and we just looked at it right now. So we're taking a dump here. We're hitting new night lows for the SPY futures. We take a look at the Nasdaq, doing the same exact thing here, almost down negative 1%. Where's the QQs at? You got the Russell here down negative 1.13%, in the same trend. You got the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index here down also, following the same trend, down 0.69%. US 100 almost down -1%. Crypto in general, I usually just when I say Bitcoin, I mean to say the whole crypto market, because that's what it pretty much is based off of. So if Bitcoin goes down, you already know the other coins are going to drop down as well. Because look at this, got coins down 1.5, 2, 3, over 4%. You have what? Wow. I just saw that. Hold on. I could have sworn I saw a -16%. I don't know what coin it was. Yeah, so Bitcoin now down 0.44%, back under 94,000. A lot of people probably thinking that this would actually continue to go up and retest 100,000 per Bitcoin, and it looks like this made somewhat of a ascending wedge. No, ascending triangle. Let's see. Was it an ascent? Yes, it was. In my opinion, I think that's what it was. I want to say from here. Was it? Yeah. Something like that. Ascending triangle. And then broke down, and then now it's right under. And then supposedly, if this was the scenario, that then what you see is Bitcoin dropping back down to retest 90,000 and break below that level, in my opinion. All right, so that is where we're currently seeing right now in the daily. If we're going to the 69-minute chart, you can see that is all the moving averages is sloping down, so we're all turning down to face more downside potential. Here on the 5-minute chart, so it's pretty much following futures. All right, because right here you see it following the same trend as the markets. You have a little green candle there trying to pop back up, and so is Bitcoin. So there you have some similarities, as you know, so don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, right? What? All right, so that's what I wanted to go over real quick. All right, so you got a little W there. I see. All right, I think that's about it. Okay, maybe. Okay, you might see the precious metals here. Silver is trying to go right back under 32. If it goes back under 32, I want to say those silver mining stocks will probably experience some more dip buying opportunities. In my opinion, like for example, where's HYMC? HYMC looks like the volume has been drying out, and their earnings is apparently in 2 days. Is that correct? Yes, it is. I did see some downside here. I'm surprised. So if that's the case, so we have that, and then we have EXK, which also sees something similar to a little downside here action. So I'm thinking if precious metals were to go down a little bit more, probably hit below 32 to like 3150. I want to say perhaps EXK, for example, can actually retest right around 320, somewhere between the range of 3 and 320. There's like an area of support, in my opinion, so somewhere around there. Let's say around there. Whoa. Yeah, somewhere around there. But I've been looking at this for quite some time, so I want to say this stock does have somewhat of potential. So keep a close eye on that one too. But yeah, let me go ahead and let's see. Eric, if you're listening, I will also post it on the Discord. But Endeavor Silver completes acquisition of Minera Colpa. So I'm gonna be putting that on the Discord too. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna now end the stream. Right. So I know it's been a while since I've done it. One of these night streams. And if you would excuse the background noise and my sister's big mouth and the bird. Regardless, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel and for showing love. And yeah, thank you, Mild Licking, Eric, Kenneth, Zelly, GCA, Big JR, and Big JR's peeps, Ace's peeps, Matt, Joe, Whitey, and everybody else too. Thank you. And yeah, I will be again. I'm not too sure. I will let you know I will let you know on the Discord. Thank you, Chancla. Thank you. You have a good night. Be safe and good luck this week. Good luck this week. And don't forget on the economic calendar. I believe this week is going to be so this Wednesday, May 7th, is the Fed interest rate decision. Just to let you guys know. All right. So this is gonna be a big weekend for earnings too. So just keep an eye on that. All right, y'all. So take it easy. Once again, anything and everything that was being said on this stream is not financial advice, in my strict opinion, and this was for educational, entertainment, and research purposes, not financial advice. This has been Lion of All Trades in the Lion's Den, and yeah. Like and subscribe for more. See you, fam.